Hi everyone, it's Tasha. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Well, welcome everyone. Glad to have you again. Today I'm talking a little bit more about creating modern charm in your home, and my video last week went over kind of what that means and what I'm talking about when I'm saying that is my goal, is to create more of a modern charm look in our home. So go back to last week's video, which I'll link right above if you're curious what I mean by that. But I'm going to continue talking about how I'm trying to achieve that and diving right into a trend that is happening right now, which is silver tone pieces for your home. Just take a look, for example, at the McGee & Co website at all of these pieces that are silver. As you know, gold was big for a long time, and people were buying everything in gold tones. Now we're turning our attention back to silver and putting that in the spotlight a little bit more. So I'm just thrifting here in a very large thrift store in my area, and one thing that I always like to keep my eye out for are lamps, not necessarily because I need more in my home, just because I love to look at them and see what kind of deals there are, and every once in a while I will kind of swap one out if I find something that I really love. The lamp prices are really good here and just based most of the time on size rather than individually priced. And this week I came across this little beauty right here, which is this beautiful silver toned mushroom lamp. It is just such a cool shape, I think, and it reminded me of this Adorno lamp from the McGee & Co website. This one is a gold tone and they've had it for a while. As you could see, it was over $400. I definitely brought this one home with me, and they called this one a small size, so it was only $4.99. I love the twisted detail. I love the mushroom top. It works fine, and it's actually a touch lamp, which I think is really cool. It has 3 different settings. I thought this was just beautiful, and I could so picture this on McGee & Co.'s website right alongside the other ones. In fact, I think maybe Shay McGee needs to pick up this style for her site, but I just gave this a quick clean with some solution that I have that I use for our stainless steel refrigerator, and that shined this up really great, and it looked like a brand new piece to me, something that I could see in the stores or online right now. But I think that this is probably an older piece just based on that twisted detail. It might be a vintage piece, I'm not totally sure. But one thing I like to do also when I'm adding new lamps to our home is to go ahead and take some scissors and cut off that big flappy tag that's always hanging on the back down near the bottom of the cords, just because there's really no need to keep that. We all know what to do and what not to do with electricity, so I get rid of that just so it won't be an eyesore. But I couldn't believe I found such a beautiful piece for only $5. Now, also this past week, I did a little bit of traveling back to see some family, and I stopped by this thrift store in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, that's called Enjoy, and it's spelled with an I. And I rarely get to go here just because we're usually passing it on a day when it's closed or just, no time to stop in. But I stopped this time and I found several treasures. First of all, I found this little silver bud vase, which caught my eye because I like the simple and kind of modern shape of it, but also it has that very classic look. I'm just styling this little piece with a few dried carnations that came with a bouquet that my husband brought home a couple of weeks ago. So these are dried out, but they still look so beautiful in this little vase that was only $2.75.
Get some rest.
Now, in addition to looking at, well, basically everything in a thrift store, this is more footage from that Enjoy store that I was telling you about, where I saw these beautiful set of glasses, and there were actually 12 of them, and I kind of regret not getting them. But anyway, I also love to look at any sort of woven items like baskets, and this little vase caught my eye because it was such a unique shape. I feel like it's definitely a vintage piece. It has this really kind of overdone, over accented ruffle top, and then this bow on the front, and also I love the little round handles on the side. So I wasn't quite sold on the actual bow on the front, but I figured it could be turned around. And another thing that I didn't love was the fact that you could see the metal frame through it, and also that the material itself wasn't a natural woven material. It was kind of like shiny, so maybe some sort of plastic. And so I just figured, first of all, I would address the bow, and I just had to undo some really thick wire from the inside of that to get rid of the bow. I thought that would be quick and easy, but then it actually turned out that those fibers weren't just kind of attached to the front, but rather they were like part of the whole weaving process. So I had to go back and kind of tuck those back inside of it just so that it wouldn't make anything look too bare or come unraveled or anything like that. But it was still pretty simple. And I figured that once I had that straightened out and the bow element gone, just because it was a little bit too feminine for my taste, was to take some spray paint and do a sort of treatment right over top of all of this so that I could hide that white metal frame. So I just took this outside and used what has quickly become one of my favorite spray paint colors, which is this one by Rust-Oleum called Down to Earth. You can pick this up, I believe, on Amazon, but I got mine just from Walmart. It's only like $5 or $6 for a can of this, and it goes a long way. I love this color because it's the perfect neutral in my opinion. A nice brown color that's not too warm, not too cool, and I've used it on several things in some videos this past year. I also like the color Latte from this same line if you're looking for another brown paint color. So I think that now it's less noticeable that it's like a plasticky material rather than just a regular woven material, just because the white is covered up on those wires. But I do think one more step will help this to feel even a little bit more elevated. So after that, I went in with some antiquing wax. This is by Krylon, and it's a color called Dark Vintage. And so this is a really great product just for adding a little bit of a darker kind of textured look, a little bit of a patina sort of almost effect to things like this. And so in this case, I'm just mixing it with some water. I did probably about 4-to-1 with water to this antiquing wax, and then I'm taking my big kind of large fat paintbrush and rubbing it all over top of this after the spray paint layer has completely dried, and then just kind of dabbing back off where I need to with a paper towel to get rid of any areas where it was pooling. But that gives it a nice effect, and I think made it look a little bit more realistic, like it was a natural woven material, just adding that step. And I'm just going to be trying this one out up on the mantle right beside this print that came from Hobby Lobby last season, and adding some of this sedum. I think I also got that at Hobby Lobby, and I'll try to find it to link it right beside that. And then just for one other element on this side, I'm adding this little ceramic pumpkin that I picked up last year at a thrift store, and I think this makes a really charming and sweet vignette here, with that woven vase being a nice interesting piece that I don't feel like a lot of people are going to own, and just adding a little bit of interest and, in my opinion, a little bit of modern charm. And next I want to share with you some pieces from Cottage Home, which is a shop by Cottage and Key. They have a small team behind this shop, and they work hard to curate and source a collection of items that are vintage and new, and to keep people's homes feeling collected and warm and not manufactured. I think that they do a great job with that, and they were kind enough to send me 3 of their lovely items that I could share with you, and I was happy to do so because they're all gorgeous. And so first up is this rustic cement vase, which I am in love with. It's so heavy and such nice quality, and I think that it has a really nice texture to it, and also love the different colors that are shining through, including a little bit of gold. I'm just styling this one similarly to how I saw it styled on their website with some of these hydrangeas. Curry is checking it out, as you can see, as always. These hydrangeas are from Hobby Lobby, and they are the gold dried look hydrangea stems that are on sale right now. I think they're still in stock. What I did with mine was actually take and dip them into a little bit of watered down brown paint just to darken them up a little bit, but I think that they look so gorgeous in this pot. And the second item they sent me was this beautiful Esme wall sconce. This really caught my eye because it has this grace and shape of like a French candelabra, but it brings an old world charm to any modern interior as well. It's made of an aged brass, and it has this nice warmth, but not too shiny, not too gold. It's designed to feel like an instant heirloom, and it totally does to me. I love the quality of it, I love the shape of it, and it's one of those pieces that I feel like I could not decide which room I wanted it in. I wanted to use it in like every room at once, which is one of the ways that you know when a piece is really beautiful, is you want to use it everywhere. It also came with this really stylish nail that you could use to hang it with, and I'm definitely going to be using that, but I'm just kind of trying it out in a couple of places before I commit to putting that wider nail in the wall. I felt like this little half wall in our front living area could use some sprucing up, so I'm trying this first of all with these little kind of tea light candles. They're shorter and fatter. I guess they're not tea lights, but these small small pillar candles, which I thought might kind of shake things up a little bit from the standard taper, and I think that these look so sweet. I'm also trying it out with these 6-inch taper candles, which are a dark brown color I got from Amazon a while back, and then I'm showing them with these that are more like the ones on their website as well, with the classic 10-inch tapers that are in a taupe color, and I think that all three looks are so beautiful. This is a limited stock, limited run product, so make sure to check out the links in my description box. And the last piece from Cottage Home is this new style of their iron art easel stand. I think that this is really beautiful, and I'd been looking for one of these stands to display some art on anyway, so I was really excited to receive this. I love the quality of it. It feels very heavy and very nice. It instantly can make a piece of art feel like it's more like in a museum than just on a table in your home, just to show you the difference between propping a small piece of art versus placing it on this stand. And this is the size large that you're seeing here. This is a fairly small piece of art, but look how much more elegant and elevated this looks on this stand. And I guess elevated is kind of a pun there because literally elevated, but in any case, I love the way that this looks on this little stand, and it's another piece that I wanted to use on multiple surfaces in different rooms, so I might need to order another one. I also tried it out with this landscape that's a little bit more of a horizontal aspect. Now back to the thrift shops. Another thing that I found at that Enjoy thrift shop was some pottery. So I found this vase, which I thought was really stunning. I love how it has this really rich olive green tone. It cost me $9.50, and I like how it looks like it was potentially handmade. I'm fairly sure that it was. I didn't see any signature, but it doesn't look manufactured to me. It does have a couple of dings in it and something along the inner part of that top rim that I feel like might be like other glaze, like when they were glazing it, maybe they got some on that part by accident, or it could be some sort of glue. I really wasn't sure, but in order to get that off, I figured the first thing that I would try was to take some fairly low grit sandpaper. I believe this is a piece of 80 grit sandpaper, and just simply try to sand it off rather than come up with some solution to disintegrate it. I thought I would just sand it off, and that worked pretty well. I just wanted to get it so that it wasn't really eye-catching or distracting on the piece, not necessarily every last tiny bit of it. And so the sandpaper worked fine. It took me maybe 10 minutes of rubbing on that, and I'm just going to be styling this on this little vintage side table that's here in a corner of our dining room with some brown dried florals, and I think that this looks really pretty. I love the olive green, and it kind of almost goes into a sage color at the bottom, but I think that my favorite part is looking down on it with the dark olive tones, especially for fall. I thought this was a great deal for under $10. And believe it or not, I also found this crock at the same thrift store. This one has this H stamped into it, and they were asking, I think it was $15 for this one. You can tell that it's a little bit lopsided, like it was definitely made by hand. And then actually when I looked this up online, I found out that it was even older than I assumed it was. It was very likely, based on the stamp and the other ones that I could find, it was most likely made sometime in the 1850s or that mid 19th century, sometime around then. It might have come with a lid like this one on Etsy that I see. Mine did not have the lid, but I still think that it is so special and so cool. And then I also stopped by an antique shop in my travels this past weekend as well, so I ended up getting this other crock. As you can see, I kind of have a thing for these old crocks, but this one is a beauty as well. It's bigger than the other one, and this one they were asking $25 for at the antique shop, but I can move these around and use them as vases anywhere, swap them out, use them for my kitchen utensils or anything like that that I want. And I thought that those were both great deals. They bring a lot of charm and a lot of interest into our home. So that is what I curated this week to bring some more modern charm to our home. I hope that you liked some of them. Let me know what you enjoyed in the comment section. And before you go, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button just to let me know, show me some love that you liked the video. Also hit the subscribe button if you would like to see more of these videos in your feed. As always, I hope that everyone listening has a fantastic week ahead of you, and I'll see you all at the next video.